Leslie Casper with EquiSources.
Thanks, Ryan, very much, and thank you to the entire Million Cups community. If I do my job today, I'll walk away with some great feedback from you all in terms of what we can do to push our company a little bit farther, and you all will understand something that not a lot of people know about, and that's the thermoregulation of horses. So what happens to a horse when he sweats, and how do you make him cooler? Because that's what we at EquiSources is all about. So basically, we have a product that we have developed as a family, and we want you to know that our Carry Cool kit, which you can see on the table, takes a hot, lathered, sweaty, blowing, nasty tempered horse that has done his job for you, and it treats his elevated level of respiration and heat, and it makes him cooler, calmer, happier, and better to think and better to be around. And that is our goal, and that's what we've done. What I'd like to do is give you a little bit of background as to what we are as a company. We're family owned and operated. I run the business with my two daughters, one of which is with us here today, and the other one just sent in a message, which was kind of neat to know that she's listening to this. I guess we're predisposed to the entrepreneurial life. We've kind of been non-traditionals from the get-go. I ran a business before I did this piece of my life, and I was a psychotherapist, and I used horses to help people. I did experiential psychotherapy. So horses have always been a theme in our lives, and little did we know that when we had two daughters, both of them would join in the fun. So we had a family farm, and the two young girls at the time decided that this was what their passion was. And I said goodbye to any beach house that I'd ever own and any expensive car that I'd ever drive, and we threw our heart and soul into not only working as a family to make the farm run, but also to homeschool. It was a great decision because it gave us flexibility to travel. It gave us the opportunity to have the girls learn through direct experience as well as online. And we had a lot of fun. Part of that was competition. So we, at a rapid rate, realized, doing all the work ourselves, what it took to have a happy, healthy horse and what it took to have that happy, healthy horse do well in the competition ring. And if you fast forward to when the girls were a little bit older and they were actually conducting all of this stuff on their own, we were in North Carolina, hotter than the hinges of heck during the middle of the summer months, and the humidity level was high, and we had a horse who had achieved the opportunity to go into the next round, but he had to wait. And he also had to wait for a lot of other horses to finish and compete. So here you have 1,400 pounds of, I don't really want to be here. I'd much rather be at the stalls where it's cool and you're going to take off this terrible equipment. And we said, oh no, Lenny, you need to hang out here and you need to do this. This is a money class. So needless to say, we did everything we could. We had a towel at the ring. We had some ice water. We put it on him. We tried to make him happy and nothing worked. He went in there, total fiasco, did not do well in the ring. And we went back a little dejected and decided, well, we'll go about this differently the next day. So my husband, John, and I, who at this point were really good stall cleaners, so we got to pick the manure every day. Some of the best, most profound ideas come while you're cleaning manure out of a stall. So he kept saying to me, there's a product here. There is something here that can help these horses. And I'd say, and he kept at it. And finally he said, no, I need you to listen. This is what I'm thinking. And he explained to me what the basis of Carry Cool was at the time. So by the time the show was over and we were home, we had an idea on paper. In 24 hours after we were home, we had a prototype that was sewn up with pieces of fabric that I got made out of the frog togs that lots of athletes wear to keep themselves cool. And we were in the barn putting it on and taking readings for research on the horses that were there, and exactly what we thought, it worked. So we were off and running. So the Carry Cool actually comes in different segments, I guess, and what you see here in this picture is the actual container that it's carried in. Inside that container are icy cold ice packs that line the container, and on top of that goes a towel made out of polyvinyl acetate, which is super absorbent, the frog tog material, rolled up in a waterproof bag where it gets really cold. So you keep it zipped up until you're ready to use it, you put it on the horse, and it goes on their neck, velcros around, and within 5 minutes, you've got a happy horse. It's kind of cute, and I want to share a little sort of anecdote. John, who was an avid golfer before children and horses came into his life, he loved golfing. So one of the things that he thought about when he was talking about how we were going to make the product was the use of what's called a barracuda. And that bag is what golfers put their beer cans in. And that was the design that inspired us to use the cylindrical form to keep our Carry Cool nice and cold. We've got lots of data on the website if you want to check it out. And we're at this point in 9 stores and working with some of the top-rated, high-performance athletes and horses in the country. Thank you very much.
Great job, Leslie. Great, and Leslie, we're going to ask you to stay right there. And